The United States' unclear crypto policies have led businesses like Ripple to explore investing outside the nation. Brad Garlinghouse has claimed the Ripple CEO advised the U.S. to follow the U.K. and Singapore. How do you think this will affect the cryptocurrency and the U.S. economy? We will answer these questions in today's video. Crypto enthusiasts continue to speculate on the case and its potential outcomes on social media as they await the release of the contentious documents related to the legal battle the United States Securities and Exchange Commission, SEC, was waging against blockchain company Ripple. Indeed, after hearing from defense attorney James K. Philin that Ripple's legal team member Kylie Chisel Kim had withdrawn from the case, the crypto community has speculated that the case may be coming to a close, either through a settlement or a win for one side or the other. Federal Judge Sarah Netburn called out the SEC for its hypocrisy and claimed the agency's attorneys lacked a faithful allegiance to the law in a ruling from July 2022, which pro-Ripple attorney John E. Deaton tweeted about on May 26. To which he added, SEC lawyers can engage in denial all they want as to why the emails were ruled discoverable, but the truth is that had SEC enforcement lawyers honored the truth, the documents would likely not be seeing the light of day come June 13. Referring to the June 13, 2018, speech by former SEC Division Director William Hyman, in which he stated that Ethereum, EUS, was not a security. Furthermore, Attorney Bill Morgan recently emphasized that there are over 20,000 other cryptocurrencies, and SEC Chairman Gary Gensler saying all cryptos except Bitcoin are securities without the SEC investigating most of them is a political statement, not a legal statement. In addition, he said on May 28 that it was essentially misleading and mischievous and designed to cause disruption and uncertainty through Twitter. In his first year leading the SEC EU 2020, he wasn't even saying it. He's saying it now because it fits with his plan. In fact, back in October, Ripple Brad Garlinghouse, who had access to the Hinman papers, told his company's investors that the shamefulness of the SEC's actions would shock everyone when the truth eventually comes out. This was reported by Cryptolaw, Garlinghouse's legal news outlet. Lastly, after the recent court decision addressing the dubious Hinman papers, Garlinghouse expressed his hope that the lawsuit against the SEC will be resolved in weeks and not months in an interview on the margins of the Redefined Tomorrow 2023 virtual conference. Since ChatGPT first appeared, the need for generative AI systems has been rising rapidly. Google's Bard, one of the newest contributions to the industry, is already being used to predict the future prices of other cryptocurrencies. In light of this, Feinbold consulted Bard in order to obtain insight into the complex dynamics of XRP's future pricing, particularly as of the end of 2023. Bard considered the whole scope of the Ripple v. United States Securities and Exchange Commission (SEC) case, acknowledging the significant impact any result may have on the token's value. Furthermore, it mentioned, there is a substantial cloud over the XRP pricing because of the SEC case against Ripple Labs. It's difficult to foresee how much demand for XRP will grow if the litigation is settled in Ripple's favor. However, given the present state of the market and expert forecasts, a price of 58 cents for XRP is not out of the question. The Barnes singled out the completion of the SEC litigation, more acceptance by banks and financial institutions, and good press coverage as potential contributors to XRP's price gain in 2023. The outcome of Ripple's legal battle with the SEC might be reached shortly, and investors in the associated cryptocurrency are bidding up the price of the token in anticipation. On Tuesday morning, XRP surpassed the 50-cent threshold, hitting a new high not seen since April. Just before noon, the coin was up approximately 3.5 to roughly 49 cents. As Ripple's lawsuit with the SEC has heated up in recent days, there has been a corresponding uptick in interest in the cryptocurrency. Ripple and two officials, including CEO Brad Garlinghouse, were sued by the SEC in 2020 under Chairman Gary Gensler's leadership for allegedly selling $1.03 billion in unregistered securities in the form of XRP, which Ripple claims is not a security. Rather than reach a settlement with the SEC, like Kraken and BlockFi, Ripple decided to take the matter to court. As a result, the firm has won over proponents from all throughout the sector, including those who accuse Gensler and the SEC of engaging in regulation by enforcement. Although the two parties have been in court since last year, Garlinghouse said in an interview only last week that he anticipates a resolution to the matter in weeks, not months. After many weeks of failing to cross the 50-cent threshold, XRP surged roughly 80 during the previous week. Bitcoin was trading at $27,332 just before lunchtime on Tuesday, while Ethereum was up 0.35 to $1,903 at same time. CoinShares found that over $39 million left the 8 largest investment products that follow cryptocurrency last week. However, investment product XRP allocations rose by $100,000 in the most recent week and $3 million since January. Bob Ras, Sologenic co-founder, tweeted on the SEC's cryptocurrency rules as the Ripple SEC dispute nears its conclusion. Ross said the SEC's strong posture is already having ripple effects on the crypto business. He claims that the agency's classification of practically all digital assets as securities shows a lack of understanding of these unique technology, causing unneeded legal fights for businesses like Ripple. Raz thinks the SEC's aggressive pursuit of crypto ventures, many without justification, has slowed its advancement. He cautions that it might stifle innovation and drive many enterprises overseas. He argues Ripple must deal with this harsh regulatory environment. Raz compares the SEC to a typical legislature applying obsolete rules to a technology it barely understands. He argues that treating digital assets as securities ignores their unique characteristics and possibilities. Raz suggests that the SEC should have created a regulatory framework tailored to these assets. Raz also notes that the Ripple litigation has revealed SEC irregularities. He proposes that not all digital assets are securities. He believes Coinbase may be affected by these developments. Raz urges the SEC to forsake its enforcement, heavy strategy, and adopt a regulatory system that promotes innovation and protects investors. He warns. At the Dubai FinTech Summit, Ripple Labs CEO Brad Garlinghouse announced a $1 billion investment to extend its services. Garlinghouse says Ripple wants to develop organically and via acquisitions beyond cross-border payments and liquidity. Invest in blockchain-friendly markets. CryptoLaw founder and pro-XRP lawyer John Deaton challenged the SEC's claim that William Hinman's 2018 contentious speech was only his opinion. Deaton tweeted yesterday that Hyman's contentious statement was influenced by senior SEC officials and not his own view. The pro-XRP lawyer claims the speech comprises 63 emails and 52 drafts from prominent SEC officials. Deaton commented on his July 2022 tweet on the document's email chain. Deaton revealed last year that Hyman's documents email chain excludes just the ethics office and ethics chief Dane Serrano. Deaton's new tweet drew crypto community responses. Former SEC lawyer Mark Fagel remarked on the article. Fagel reminded Deaton about SEC Notion. Fagel said that any SEC official's comment that was neither an enforcement action or a regulation agreed on by 5 commissioners represents the speaker's opinions alone. He inquired why people don't comprehend SEC's viewpoint. Deaton said that people grasp the notion. He contended that the SEC usually makes transactional arguments, which Judge Sarah Netburn called out. The U.S. District Judge previously accused Commission counsel of lawlessness. Deaton's new comments emphasize Hinman's 2018 Yahoo Finance All Markets Summit speech issue. In his remarks, Hyman deemed Ethereum and Bitcoin non-securities after Ripple demanded the documentation behind the speech. The crypto community took notice. The SEC's speech-related debates are known as Hyman's papers. After Ripple referenced the paper, the SEC said Hyman's speech represented his view, not the Commission's. Deaton disputes this. The SEC altered its position when Judge Sarah Netburn dismissed its petition to seal the documents. As reported by the Crypto, Basic Judge Annalisa Torres just unsealed Hyman's material.